of finals champions to join us up here in the press room. Matt Hagan, who takes home the Funny Car Championship, the Magneti Morelli Dodge, part of the Don Schumacher Racing Organization. Not sure where to start. Your 10th career win, your 5th win on the season, which leads everybody in Funny Car. 23rd race win for Don Schumacher Racing in 2013. You locked down the 2nd place in the points, and what might be the most impressive stat of all, you have a winning record against John Force head-to-head and head-to-head in final rounds. Not a whole lot of people can say that. Where do you want to start?
I just want to say thank you to all our fans. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay, you hold that. If it makes you feel better.
It does.
Yeah, no, I just want to say thank you to all our fans that's been supporting us all year long. I mean, I've only been out here 5 years and just been able to battle it out the last 3 of the 5 years, you know, in championship hunts. And, you know, we wanted to finish strong for our guys. I mean, you know, honestly, it's about winning the championship. It's not about, I mean, it is about winning races, but, you know, if we couldn't pull down that #1 spot, we wanted to pull down 2 because it's extra bonus money for our guys. And they got, you know, families and wives and, you know, a lot of stuff, house payments to take care of, you know, so it definitely goes a long ways to finish strong. And just, I'm on cloud 9 that our assistant crew chief, you know, stepped up and was able to fill some big shoes. You know, Dickie Venables was sick this weekend. And, you know, Mike Knutson has never tuned a race car before. I had to jump in here. And there had been a crew chief up in our lounge, man. I mean, this guy has done a phenomenal job. It just shows you how smart people your organization puts around you, that when something happens, somebody else can step up and take the reins and run with it. But it's just been great. My guys have worked so hard. I'm so proud of them. Wish we could have won the championship, but, you know, that goes to John this year. And, you know, I'm young in this sport, and I'll just come back out here and fight for it again next year.
Is there extra pressure on you when you are the last car from Don Schumacher Racing that's still in competition?
I don't even think about it, really. I think about turning the wind light on right there. It's just crush him and make him look like he didn't even show up. So, I mean, that's just my mentality up there. And then if it happens, great. And if it doesn't, you know, we go back here and have a talking to, I guess. But it's just been great. I mean, my season this year has been phenomenal. I mean, how do you, you know, how can you be upset the least about 5 race wins and that many 8 or 9 finals? Just out of control. So we got Nolan up here, man. He's my good luck charm. Every time this kid shows up, we win. So I'm gonna start buying some air tickets, I think. You know what I mean? Some plane tickets to get this kid going around with us. But just great. His dad's in the military and you know, serves our country strong. And he's able to come out here and hang out with us and stuff like that. So it's just a neat opportunity, and anytime we can get back and do some stuff like that with these kids and you know, grow our sport.
What about the rumor that John put out there that you were an All-American Auburn?
Definitely not an All-American, man. I'd like to be, but I wasn't. You know, more like All-District, but not All-American.
Your team, no doubt about how good DSR. But when you think of 23 out of 24 races, one of you guys left the trophy. I mean, does that even surprise you to hear that number?
Well, you know, Don has done such a phenomenal job about putting core people around us and also just giving us the parts that we need. I mean, there's no doubt about it. There's not a want over here at DSR. I mean, and I think that's why, you know, a lot of sponsors look at coming over to a camp like ours. It's just because we have everything we need. And it's a little tougher on drivers and crew chiefs because you kind of get looked at like, well, why didn't you win? You know, so it's one of those deals where we have everything we need, and you know, it goes a long ways. And Don's been very gracious to me in my career. You know, I mean, the guy's got heart. He doesn't have to be out here doing it. He does it because he loves it. And you know, one of the first years that I was ever out here, one of my sponsors fell through, and Don could have parked me right there, you know, but he put a lot of his own money into it and kept me out here. And I guess he maybe seen a little something. I don't know. I'm glad whatever he's seen, I'm glad he did. But you know, so that just goes to show you, as much as you hear stuff like dark side racing and all kinds of stuff like that, you know, it's not really true, man. This guy loves our sport. He loves what we're doing out here. And, you know, it's one of those things where without him, I think...
Did you guys get a chance to talk to Dickie at all this weekend? Or?
I have not. Some text messages, a little bit here and there. Don just came over and told me he's out of the hospital now. He's at home recovering, which is great news. I mean, when they let you go, I mean, most of the time I guess hospitals shovel you out of there anyway. But it's just great news that he's you know, on the track to recovery. We miss him out here. We need him out here. Mike did a great job, not to take anything away from him, but Dickie's got experience. He's got 2 rings on his fingers because of it. So we need him back as a staple.
How nervous were you going into this weekend without your crew chief?
Not at all, to be honest with you. I mean, Dickie has done such a good job training these boys. He's a good leader, you know, and he takes the time to sit down and explain stuff to these guys. You know, I really felt confident in Newt. I mean, Newt, we talked about it. He called me up a couple times, and and he said, look, here's what I plan on doing. We got so much data to go off of. I mean, Dickie's, he's great at keeping notes. He's got a lot of data, and he said, here's what we're going to do. We're going to get qualified first, and then we can go play around a little bit. So he did exactly that, and he's been on a racetrack. He's got a perfect record right now. So I mean, it's just a great thing, I mean, he probably ought to quit while he's hitting. No, I'm sure he wants to keep going, but it's like anything, just proud of our guys to step up and do such a good job. And I know Dickie, I mean, he's probably sick at home watching, wishing he could be here, but I think that he can definitely put a feather in his hat for knowing that he trained these boys to do what they're doing out here today.
To face John in the final.
It's tough. I mean, the guy, not only does he have everybody in the stands rooting for him, he's got, everything he needs up there too in the parts and stuff like that. So, John's a great competitor. He's one of those guys I love racing. Everybody says, oh, well, I bet you hope he retires. I said, no, man, I want to battle it out with this guy for more years to come. I mean, why would you want something that's so good to retire? I want to beat the guy every time I race him. I mean, that for me, that's why I get up in the mornings. I mean, it's like, think about beating that whole force camp over there. Think about beating everybody, and it's just, why would you want a big rivalry to go away, So, like I said, for me, 3 out of the 5 years I've been battling out with this force camp, and they're good, they're tough. I mean, they got a lot of championships to show for it, but we're going to earn a few more along the way.